My name is Barbara Vlaeminck, and I'm actually the managing director and the associate of the MetalCo group, which is constituted of MetalCo, doing import and distribution of industrial consumables, and Socometal here, that you can see, which is a boilermaker, basically, designing, fabricating aluminium, stainless steel and steel products that we also install on site. So Socometal, it's a company that has been set up in 1988 and we bought it in 2010. And the challenge has been a big one, because when we got that company there were only 12 staff at the time, and they were not at all working for the nickel industry, which is basically the major industry in New Caledonia. And being a boilermaker, you may think that the first customer should be the industries and the mining industry. So I decided that we move into this area, but to get to this level, we needed actually to increase our capabilities a lot in terms of safety. People were coming in thongs to start doing work. So we had to move a big step forward in that area. Also in terms of qualification of welding, in terms of project management, in terms of the follow-up of all the quality of the company, in terms of the material that we were having, and in terms of type of services we could actually deliver. As a woman, to actually have to manage a multicultural workforce, what I know from having dealt with entrepreneurial women and men, in general, I'd say that women are a bit more inclined into listening to others and trying to adapt to others to make things work. So I actually do think that our global sensitivity, maybe being a female person, helps actually working in this environment. And I am very pleased actually to be part of this great association, which is the Femmes Chefs d'Entreprise, which is actually, if you make it in English, the Women in Business. And this association has been created back in France in 1945, after the Second World War. And why that? It's because after the First World War, 14 to 18, the guys that were actually leading companies had requested their wife, while they were actually doing the war, to take care of the business, which they did, and they did actually kind of brilliantly. When the guys came back, they said, okay, that's fine, you can go back home, which they did. And then, Second World War, same story. But when the guys came back, this time the ladies said, hey, but we are capable of doing things in these companies, and we love them, we love doing it. So we want to be entrepreneur ourselves. And that's when the association has been created, so that the ladies could actually push, so that they could have a say and have a capability of being a leader in companies. At the time, remember, the ladies, they didn't have the right to vote back in France, at that time. So that's how the association has been created. And that's what we have right now in New Caledonia. We've got an association with about 40 to 45 ladies. And we have hit some very difficult times at the time of the COVID, and we may unfortunately, or we will unfortunately face other difficult times now with the nickel crisis coming. And it's good to know that we can actually rely on our friend, basically. And this is what the association is about. One of our goals is also to prove the ladies, the girls, little girls, that we can actually get to any type of work being a lady. And we are not just only defined to go to things that are really lady orientated. I mean, pretty much all works can be done by the ladies also. And we just have to get out of this educational frame that we are put in when we are young, and not be afraid of trying things that are attractive to us. Like engineering, a lot of ladies are not going into this area, thinking that it's going to be a really only male thing, but engineering is really vast, and you can do a lot of type of work in engineering, from really being a researcher, from being really on the ground type of person, being outside, being in work in the office, being with teams, being on your own. You can do plenty of things. You can travel, you can work everywhere in the world, etc., etc. So it is very important, I think, for little girls, and I'd say the parents of the little girls, to be open enough so that they try to promote or have their daughters be aware of any type of work that can be done later on. It's very important, I think, because again, I think that the variety, the diversity of the people that is a richness, and will actually allow people and allow the organizations, the various being private, being organization, to get the best outcome, actually.